The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All righty, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour, and let's check out where markets are at today. Hope you've had a great trading experience this past week. There's been a lot of volatility. There's been plenty of zones to trade in, and overall, just tons of good trading opportunities. So with all the massive volatility created by Greece, but let's check where the markets are at the moment. We got the S&P is currently up 12.5 points, and looking on over at Spiders right now. Spiders basically moving on up, pretty much obviously the exact same, 1.4. So there's the 10 times difference there. So right up there at the same. Looking on over the Russell, it's up 3.5. We got the Dow's up 120. Gold is moving down a little bit today. Right now it's down 2.6 points. We got copper moving up 0.195. Oil is moving down very hard and heavy, down 1.8. $1.80 drop on oil going into the holiday weekend. Looking on over at natural gas. Natural gas is currently down 0.052. We got corn is down 8 points, and soybeans down 12.5. And let's see here. That knocks out our corner soybeans. Our bonds actually moving, retracing back down 1.27. A big move in bonds on the pullback. And we got a dollar index is moving up, getting stronger, up 0.644. Euro dollar is currently down 58 pips, and there's been some, and I guess as you know, if you've been watching anything, some big swings over here on the euro dollar. We got euro yen right now. It is currently down 23 pips. Euro pound's up 3. Pound dollar is currently up, let's see, what is that? Pound dollar is down 1 pip right now, pretty flat. We got pound yen down 19 pips, and dollar yen up 58, with the Aussie yen down 5, and the Aussie dollar is currently down 44 pips on the day. Dollar franc currently moving just up slightly. Let's see, trying to look over that. I'm trying to see if I see that right. I thought it was bigger than what it is. It's 101 pips. So nice move on dollar franc. We got the dollar CAD up 67, and NASDAQ's up 26.75. So plenty of volatility for you to take advantage of, whether you use in spreads, binaries, futures, or forex contracts, however you like to trade. And a lot of different ways to trade the markets. Let's see, I'm trying to move something over here. Got to get all this stuff out of my way. And here we go. All right, one more second. And, sorry about that. Okay. There it is. I'm like, come on. Okay, so anyways, just had a bunch of documents popping up. What we got right now, what's going on today? Today, obviously, July 1st. Tomorrow, July 2nd. And be limited trading hours on Nadex. They'll be closing at 1 to 1:15. So be aware that's going to impact, weekly contracts, daily contracts, intraday contracts. CME will be open pretty much the full day right there for you. Forex stays open and pretty much all the time except for Christmas and New Year's, about the only time you see any kind of thing closed down globally. And so just be aware of the different trading hours. Most exchanges, you can literally just type in the exchange, like CME and holiday schedule. You'll find it right there on Google. And it'll go down, and you can go and you can literally find out, okay, so let's see, we got Independence Day, and you can open up this PDF document here. It'll actually tell you, what are the hours and what are their schedules and everything for all different markets. And here's the interest rate, the FX, the equity, the metals, all those listed right there. So make sure that you are checking that out. You got Nadex as well. So Nadex, holidays, and you can go into their holiday schedule. They'll put that right there, schedule guidelines. You open it up and you can read all the fun, long information. But really what it comes down to is they're going to close at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Okay? 1:15. So just make sure you're out of your trades by then. They'll open back up on, actually, that would be the next question you'd want to ask, right, is when do they open back up? So they are going to be closed all day on Friday. Let's see here if they lay out. They put it on here, 6 p.m. to 4:15. They're obviously closed on Independence Day, and they close a little bit early. And let's see what are the opening hours. Let me find those for you. And they actually say it. For holidays that fall on a Friday, Nadex will observe the following business hours. Monday, trade date preceding the holiday. The exchange will observe regular business hours. All weekly contracts on the state will have a settlement date of Thursday, the current week. Friday, trade date, holiday. The exchange will be closed on Friday, trade date from 6 to 4:15. In this case, they're actually closing a little bit earlier. And so it looks like they're saying they're going to open normal on Sunday at 6 o'clock. So I'm sure if I hop in the platform, it may even give me more details on that. And I can look over here, see if I have that listed on another one of my things where I record all their announcements and everything that are coming up. Let's see here. I believe I do have that on there. So let me... All right. The U.S. market trading floors index will be closed for 7/3 date for the 4th of July. Dates will reopen at the same time on Sunday at 6 o'clock for the 7/6 trade date. There we go. Okay. So as hard as that was to read, they do open at Sunday at 6 p.m. Okay. I know a lot of traders were also confused last night because they had the atomic schedule thing where the Earth rotation shift and all that. And so I know a lot of exchanges, halt the trading or slow trading while they're updating clocks. But obviously, it's really important for a binary that has comes down to a tenth of a tick and last trades in seconds, that they be very accurate. And so, if anything, it should give you a lot of, how do I put this? It should make you feel good that they're actually stopping for a second to make sure everything's accurate. Okay? And let's see if that atomic clock on there, we'll go over that real quick. There we go. So last night what they did was they went in and they closed down the exchange. When they closed down at basically 5 o'clock, their last trade, they usually reopen at 6. They delayed the open until 9 so they could adjust all the schedules and everything. And basically there's a leap second that has to be added to the coordinated universal time in order to realign the atomic clock with the Earth's rotation. I'm like, wow, this is all this fun science coming right into trading. The extra second will be added on June 30th, 2015 as of 8 o'clock. So in order to accommodate the event, they basically shut down, made sure they had time to get fixed, updated, and then basically resumed trading on the following hour. So, I mean, it's a second, 1 second. What does 1 second matter? Well, 1 second matters everything when 1/10 of a tick determines if you win or lose on a trade. And so they wanted to make sure everything was 100% accurate, and that's what exchanges should do. So, anyways, I'm impressed they did it, period. And, because if they're closed for 3 hours, they don't make any money. They can't make any exchange fees. So they're obviously trying to protect their consumer by having accuracy when doing that. And if you trade binary somewhere that didn't, what do you think? All right. So Canada has a bank holiday today. They're off. Let's see. Why are they taking off? They're in reserve of Canada Day. So they're out today. That will affect the liquidity a little bit. And we got the ADP non-farm employment change. That's obviously pretty important. That's that was this morning. It's not the big one. The big one is the NFP, and this is something I want to bring up for you. I want you to know this because a lot of traders haven't taken notice of this. Is tomorrow. Tomorrow it's Thursday. We're going to have NFP on Thursday. The unemployment rate is coming out tomorrow. So those are big events. They normally happen on Fridays. Okay? You need to be very aware that that's going to be happening on Thursday so you don't get caught off guard by it. Draghi has a speech as well at the Target 2 Securities launch celebration. That shouldn't be a massive event. You never know what he might say, but then, of course, 9:30 tomorrow night. Doesn't really matter because, a lot of our trades that we do on Nadex, Iron Condor, Straddle, Strangle, things like that, it's going to be closed down. But this is important. Make sure it is on your calendar the NFP release tomorrow, because that will have an impact on the market, okay? And you don't want to be caught off guard in the morning by it. So let's see here. We got several things you can start learning how to do with these news trades. The first thing you should learn how to do is use a demo account when things like NFP and stuff like that are coming out. Yes, you want to make money today, but you want to be here tomorrow with money to make it, okay? And it amazes me, how people just totally write off the importance of trading in demo. They think there is no value, and it's just plain expensive. So don't do that. Don't burn your account out on just a new random idea, or following somebody over a cliff, or on signals, or what. I mean, just know how to trade and practice it and get it down, and earn the right to make the money. Doesn't have to be hard, okay? Doesn't have to be hard, but you should at least spend some time practicing, okay? And if you don't, you should understand. You should always walk in understanding that you haven't practiced this and you don't know what's happening. And if it doesn't go your way, then don't blame the market. Don't blame anybody. Just be, hey, I obviously need to practice this. But let's go in. Let's talk about what news we do have on the list, and looking at several of these pieces here. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to have our unemployment rate come on out. What are the trades we look at for that? Usually it's a inflated implied volatility trade, okay? So that usually means we're going to be able to pull off a iron condor. Most people are going to go in there and try to straddle or strangle it, okay? This will probably be the one trade that pops off, and then everybody is going to go home, and they're going to enjoy their holiday weekends. They're going to go to the Hamptons. They're going to check out of town. They're going to get on the plane. This is going to be the main activity, okay? So anyways, but Aussie dollar usually is moving around 60 pips. We're looking for about 50 pips in profit. Euro dollar usually moves around 100. We're looking for 60. Pound dollar usually moves about 100. We're looking for 70. Dollar CAD usually moves about 75. We're looking for 60. Dollar franc usually moves 92. We're looking for 60. And dollar yen usually moves 80. We're looking for 60. What do I may say when I'm looking for these amounts? I'm saying my minimum profit of the combined maximum profits on the two spreads should be that amount. And I'm buying the in the money or deep in the money spreads, which means I'm buying the price I pay to buy the spread is lower than where the market is on a buy, and the price I pay to sell a spread is higher than where the market is. So I'm collecting premium. I expect there to be a lot of premium, and to take advantage of that, not be the guy paying it and get taken advantage of. We'll be right back after this.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, the Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of the Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All righty, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And we're going over the NFP unemployment report that comes out tomorrow and what the usual ranges are and what we're looking for on the iron condors. We're buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread, and collecting premium in the process. You can try straddles if they're really cheap, but just understand that usually it pops about this far and it goes back, and you're probably not going to hit a 1-to-1. Like if you can collect 60 pips and the market usually moves 75, well, if it moves 75, you'd be down 15 pips, okay? But then it usually pulls back. You have to move 120 pips, well more than the expected move for you to get that 1-to-1, okay? So it's very like, you're like, oh, that's so expensive. Whenever you look at a spread and you're like, that's so expensive, that's so far away, that's so much premium, you're probably right. So what should you do? I'm going to collect it. I'm going to sell it. If that thing is so expensive, I should be the seller, not the buyer, right? I mean, it's amazing to me. People go, that just cost way too much money. You're a trader. If you were a stock trader and you're like, that is so ridiculously overvalued on that stock, you wouldn't buy it, you'd sell it. Okay? So, because that means you think it's going to come down, that it's too high. Or that's way too cheap. Well, then you wouldn't want to be the premium seller, you'd be the premium buyer, because it's only a few ticks of premium. Okay? So, when it's too expensive, then look to sell it. If it's too low, if they're only charging you like, if you can put on a if you think it's going to move at least 50 or 60 pips, you put on a straddle for 20 or 30, by all means, forget the condor and do the straddle. Okay? So again, forget the condor and do the straddle. So look at the pricing. This is a guideline to show you, hey, here's the expectations we're looking for and what we're looking to, possibly happen. And, but obviously pay attention to the trades. And I put it. These are ranges expected, minimum profit pips. So if you can pull off a straddle, taking a profit from 1 to 1 from the market pricing on the expected move on like a 9 to 10 or a 3 o'clock expiration. Now tomorrow there'd be a 9, a 10, or a 1 o'clock, right? Because markets are closing at 1 or 1:15. That's acceptable. And maybe a better trade in a lot of cases. So, just make sure to use that limit take profit, enter it immediately. So if you paid 30, you're expecting to move 60. That's what you're saying. You're thinking, I'm going to get at least 60. And again, this is a weird NFP day because it's on a Thursday before a holiday. Usually NFP and all of that is on Fridays. Why is that weird? Well, a lot of traders don't know. They know NFP's on Fridays. They know it's NFP week, maybe, okay? Most of them only check, like on Thursday night, a little late. And so they're not even looking. They don't even think about it. So a lot of traders that may normally trade NFP aren't going to be looking at it. A lot of algorithms, which, of course, obviously can be programmed and adjusted, but are built for that Friday NFP day. So they have to be adjusted and everything else or turned off, okay? A lot of traders they're out of town this week already. So it's a different week. It's a different day, a different trade day. And this is what's happened on average over the last 2 years, with and without holidays. Okay? I just want to sort of bring this stuff to light for you so you can be aware of it and you can see, what's happened. You can go back and you can look at historical NFP days that are on Thursdays. There won't be that many of them. But you can look at them and you can see if there's any kind of correlation. And the way you do that is Forex Factory has a pretty cool little feature. You can go back and you can look at, historical days. You go, well, are any of these on, a Thursday? And so you can go back and look at your calendar and go, let's see here. That one was on April 3rd. That was actually on Good Friday that they released that one. Let's see here. We got, and you're not going to find a lot of them. It's a really rare event. March 6th, February 6th was a Friday. January 9th was a Friday. Let's see here. December 5th, Friday. November 7th, Friday. October 3rd, Friday. September 5th was a Friday. August 1st was a Friday. July 3rd was a Thursday. Okay, so last year we had the exact same occurrence. So you could look at a year ago on the market and see what kind of movement happened, depending on what platform you use. So let's say you're using NinjaTrader. We'll go back and see if we can see, we actually can't see that data. We can see a year back. So we'll go back and look at that here in just a second. Okay, we can look at intraday data on Ninja a year back. Stay right there.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to make the best and most accurate decisions. Choose from 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. John Logan hosted a special subscriber-only webinar in December, and you'll gain access to that archive as well, so you can learn exactly what the TAS Profile Scanner can do for you. Try this product out. No matter what you trade, the TAS Profile Scanner can help you make more informed trading decisions. There's no obligation to pay anything. Don't let this offer pass you by. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right. So what I was saying was you can go up and, you can look up if you have a platform like Think or Swim, you can view a year back on the data, sometimes even further depending upon what kind of bar type you're using. And so we can go in there and I can say, hey, I want to look at, a 5-minute chart, and just a regular 5-minute chart right there. And I can click OK, but also I want to look how far back. I want to back 365 days. Okay. And I can even save myself a little time on having to scroll if I go ahead and just change the date and go, I really just want to see this time last year. Let's load up to Monday there and click on that. And then, so it'll open that chart for me. All right, there we go. So I've got a basic chart opened up. And let's see here. And then now we can go back and we can look at, okay, we got 7.6, 7.7, 7.5, 4, and 3. Okay, so here's 7.3, 2014. All right. And again, when we looked at that before, 7.3, let's bring it all the way back. 7.3 was a Thursday. So this was NFP came out last year on the 3rd. And we can see what kind of movement happened. So I can go in here, I can add in a measurement and look in at the, let's add in the toolbar shortcut on here. All right, now that I've done that, I'm going to go, okay, let's look at 8:30. All right, there's the close date. That's right when the announcement came out. What kind of move did we get? Right there, we got 47 pips. Okay. And then look what happened. Remember what I said about after this comes out? Pretty much a whole lot of nothing. Look at that. A whole lot of nothing. Okay. So it's that premium collection. If I got 60 pips on it, and it expired out at 9 o'clock, I'm profitable pretty much no matter what, 9, 10, 11, 1 o'clock, no matter whatever expiration you chose. It's also helpful, let's say you're a Nasdaq trader. You want to go in, pull up the exact same thing, load up that data, pull it back, and you can see, what the day looked like, on the 3rd. And it was look at this. It was a pretty big day. NFP came out right here, popped up, came down, and then it just slowly trended up right until about lunchtime. And look what happened after lunch. Look at it. Market just went to nothingness, okay? So we got a little movement after NFP, but once lunchtime hit around, that's pretty much when Nadex is closing down, right? Once that hit, it just shut down. It opened up at night for Globex, of course, because it closes a little bit early tomorrow on CME. It opens up on Globex. Not much happening all at night, Thursday, obviously, or Friday, okay? So they have some limited hours where they allow some trading to take place, just so there can be a little bit of movement during international markets, okay? And adjustments to pricing, but not a whole lot taking place. And you can look at it, a variety of markets this way, and it's really helpful to go back and look at rare similar scenarios whenever you have that coming up if you do plan on to be trading. So if you're going to be trading on Thursday, then look at this. I mean, this is oil Thursday. I mean, it's flying up and down about 30 pips. I mean, that's a rough looking chart. It's tradable, especially if you had some stuff to clean it up. But that's what last Thursday looked like. Natural gas. We got inventories coming out, right? So we can go over and we can look at what natural gas looked like, and last year. And so again, now you need a platform that will allow you to pull up this detailed data from that far back. And so again, that's an advantage of Ninja that I like, is then I can actually pull up intraday data on charts, really far back like last year. But we got a good movement. We got a big movement. It came down, and then on the inventory report, flew up, did about a 70% retracement right there, came right back up, almost touched the highs before closing out for the day. So, and then just sort of dwindled off. But you can definitely see that volume starting to lighten up. Even just the price action itself, meaning I don't have the volume loaded up right now, but the volume in the sense of you don't see big bars happening much at all. As you get closer to that lunchtime on any of these markets. So hopefully, it's not a massive lesson, but it's an important lesson. It's when you have a holiday, look at how the market you like to trades before that holiday the previous year, and after that holiday the previous year, okay? Look at how when you have a unique event and a news event is moved to a different day due to a holiday, how does that impact the market you trade? And just by looking at some of these things, it gives you a little bit of an idea. And it doesn't mean it's going to be 100% the exact same way, but it gives you an idea of what to look at and what may be important, what may impact your trading. And it may tell you, hey, you know what? I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit this out. Or, hey, this looks fantastic. Or, you know what? Wow, I look back the last few years, and I can tell it's just flat as can be after that event comes out. So I'm not going to keep trying to trade Forex. Or if I am, I'm going to expect Forex to be pretty flat, and maybe I'm going to go in and try to do a lot of premium collection on it. So, you can formulate a game plan if you have an idea of, patterns. And people go, well, just because that happened last year doesn't mean it's happening this year. And da-da-da. Yes, that's true. Okay. But how many of you expect there to be a lot of traffic on the road on, Thursday evening as people are getting off work and leaving town, and Friday, and then coming back on Sunday? A lot of people, right? You expect there to be a lot of people on the road. Why? Because there's a holiday and people are predictable. Okay? We're all predictable in that sense. The markets are the same thing. Sir, what are the people going to be doing based on the holiday? Are they going to be driving around, or are they going to be staying at home? Are they going to be doing their normal volume or not? So it's the same thing as, a highway traffic pattern. that, pretty much anybody can predict when rush hour is going to happen and not. Now, are there times when it may just be empty and you can't believe it? Yes. And other times when it's backed up for miles for no apparent reason? Yes. Okay? So different things can happen. Construction can happen, wrecks can happen, stupid things can happen, whatever. Or people just slow down. I mean, it's like there used to be this zone on one of the stretches of the freeways here in Dallas that people just slowed down. It was like the air was thicker, and they just slowed down to like 40 miles an hour on the freeway, and there was nothing. There was no reason to do it at all. It wasn't even heavy traffic. They would just slow down. So, just like you can predict traffic patterns, okay, you can, based on how people act, you can do the same thing with holidays and helping you with your trading. Something I want to highlight is I want to give kudos to my daughter, Felicity. She competed in the APHA World Championship. This is a 2-week event. Okay, so a 2-week event here. And we're getting a lot of these printed off, but she did awesome. She actually won the World Championship for 13 and under pole bending. So it's where she's flying around these poles here. And obviously very, very, very excited for her in that process. She brought home over $1,000 in scholarships. Like I said, she won first place, the World Championship title. She brought home 2 buckles, over $1,000 in scholarships, 4 checks from Jackpot Series on racing. She got 2 jackets. She got a Reserve World Champion jacket because she won that in the new rider 18 and under. The only person who beat her was a boy who was 18 by a second. She beat everybody else on the 18 and under new riders division because she's only been competing for a little over 3 months now. And then she beat everybody in 13 and under, including a lot of 13-year-olds. She got 7th in barrel racing against every division: jackpot, 18 and under, 13 and under. And it's really rode her a little hard out. But yeah, she got checks. She got sponsorship. She actually has a TV interview today. We're taking her to after camp. They want to interview her because at 8 years old, she beat out all the kids. She got 5 years left in her division. And she's walking off with some pretty big smiles there after she won that. And got, her horse got a big set. You can tell he's smiling too. So pretty cool photographs there. And let's see. I'm trying to see what else we got. I mean, she's flying. So I know some of y'all follow along. We talk about it, and they were broadcasting it. So even her great grandfather was able to watch her ride. He loved that, and they just it's a lot of fun. So that she gets out there and she gets to have a lot of fun. And I mean, they're competing, and like I said, there's about 300 different events. She only competes in speed events, and nobody expected her. I mean, not even myself, and I'm proud she did, but nobody expected her to go out and literally take the world title and get the big buckles and all that stuff. And she went there and gave it everything she had and took it home. And it was really interesting because some of these kids, they go in, and it's APHA, the American Paint Horse Association. And so she competes in quarter horse and paint horse and pinto horse and all that and she has an Arabian horse as well. And it's one of the things we were watching is there's so many events. All these kids are going for what's called an all-around award. And so they go in and they enter every single event, but they don't really have the skills in those events. They're just trying to see if they can place in the top 10. If they can, then they get a couple points, and all those points over dozens and dozens of events add up to all around. But one of the events that she competed in is called stakes. Okay. And stakes is basically where there's a pole at the beginning and end, and there's 2 cones, and you have to do a figure 8. You have to basically run out there, do a figure 8, and run back. And there's a very small little area at the front with cones where when you do that first turn, you have to stay in that area. And it's not like normal poles, and it's not like normal barrels. And she'd never even done the event. We entered it for fun. And she went out there, and I was like, hey, they're walking it. If you just trot it or, maybe lope it, I was like, you ought to be able to, at least place. And it's a new event for her. She's like, no, I want to win. She's like, I want to leave everything I have on the arena. I want to have no regrets. And, she's like, if I don't, I want to know that I did everything I could. And so she goes out there and literally runs full throttle. Okay. She does trip the cones. She walks out and she's like, hey, I'm a little upset I didn't place, but she's like, I did everything I knew how to do, and I gave it everything I had. And I'm like, well, next year you're going to win then. Because, I mean, she had this attitude. She didn't want to just win the ribbon. She wanted to win knowing that she did the best she could possibly do. And so I was really proud of her for that. And we watched a recent World Series championship, and where we went in and this happened in Arlington Stadium, the Cowboys Stadium here, AT&T Stadium. I don't know what the name of it is now. One where the Dallas Cowboys play, the huge, massive new stadium they built, and it was $1 million barrel race jackpot. The top prize was $500,000, and they split up the other amounts for different racers. And 30 of the racers competed. To like the 30 qualifying racers came in, they all competed, and the top 4 got to compete against each other. Okay, and when they competed against each other, the challenge that they had was if you hit the barrel, okay, if you knock that barrel over, you're disqualified. But if you don't go as tight as you can, you're not going to have the fastest time and win. Okay, 3 of the final 4 hit the barrel, which means the 4th rider could have basically went out there and walked and won $500,000. The 4th rider did not walk. She literally ran full throttle, knowing that she could be disqualified. Of course, she was. I don't know what they do. I guess they just redo the 4 runs or something, but went full throttle and had an amazing time, like 14 seconds, flying around the barrels. Came back, but she won like a champion. She didn't just walk out there and take the ribbon. And Felicity wants to be like that. And so I thought that was really cool that she drew that correlation and put that together. And I mean, she worked hard. She came out. She had 3 rodeos this weekend. She had the pole bending stuff that she did Saturday morning, and she like didn't feel well Tuesday and Thursday night, and she still practiced really hard because she wanted to do well at this. So, like, she had a little bit of a stomach ache, you know, and all that, and she still went out. And I was like, wow. She still practiced. It obviously paid off for her. And then that Saturday night, she's been in a 6-week rodeo series. She practiced, you know, she was practicing that. She went to that. She competed in that, kept her standing there. She's in 3rd place right now. She's got 3 more weeks on that series. And then Sunday, she had to hop back up and go in and do the barrel racing and everything else. And so it was a lot of activity. And for an adult, I mean, I was exhausted. She's 8 years old, and she was doing this, and she was the rider. I was just the one, you know, making sure everything was happening like it was supposed to, and, you know, making sure the horse was fed and taken care of and all that. And, you know, or she's helping me with that, a lot of that as well. But she just, she practiced. And that all brings me back to what I was talking about, you know, practice. She understands the value of practice. And the only event she didn't place in that she still gave it her all for, she had the best intent. She did everything she knew how to do, was the one event she had actually never practiced. Okay, and we know she'll place next year. She may even win next year. She may take the title in that event next year. But that's because she's going to practice. And it was not a surprise that she didn't, you know, take 1st place because she hadn't practiced. And I want you to remember that in trading, you may do well, you may not, but if you don't practice, don't expect the payoff. And it will serve you well. Cheers, we'll be back right after this.
If you're like me, you're always looking for ways to diversify your financial portfolio. Everbank's innovative market-safe CD can help you diversify while protecting your principal deposit. In fact, Everbank unveiled a new 5-year market-safe power metal CD, which combines the power of gold, silver, and copper. Metal prices are currently low, so this CD could really deliver. Consider the facts. You get exposure to 3 valuable metals in 1 index CD and have the potential to earn up to 45% capped upside payment at maturity if the metals increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should they decrease? No worries. There's 0 risk to your principal here, as you still get 100% of it back. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. No annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest is paid on the CD. Intrigued yet? The July 9th funding deadline is quickly approaching. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN-CD for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN-CD. Everbank is a member FDIC.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Steve Rhodes as he teaches techniques on technical analysis using pattern recognition, celestial charting, Fibonacci, and other tools. The Trader's Edge, next on TFNN.
Let's see. All right, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And we're going through just catching up on a few different things. One of the things is a lot of people are asking about trading futures overnight. I've been getting some questions in on that. And let's see here. Close that down. We'll come on back to that. Or I'll come on back to that later. And, you know, indices and commodities and futures can be slower. Certain now, you know, and they can be less liquid, indices and commodities. So you need to look at the market, look at the DOM, make sure the liquidity is there. You know, is it better to trade spot Forex or to use FX futures? That's a common question I get. And, you know, if you have the account size, I would say futures Forex. If you're trying to really small size, you may go with spot Forex. Why account size? Because, well, you can do one contract and you can do it on an exchange and it's regulated and the other side of the trade is not looking at your account, trading against you. I always prefer to trade on an exchange. But if you have a really small account and you're looking for really tight bid offers on a little B account, then go over and you can, you know, check out Spot FX, the kind of regulated broker like FXCM. You can do Forex with Ninja Brokerage now. You can open an account directly with them, and they have insanely tight bid offer spreads. Like 0.2 and stuff like that, 0.4. I mean, really, really tight bid offer spreads. And you can use a single brokerage license key for futures and Forex if you open both accounts through Ninja Brokerage. So, and that's that saves you some money from having to get a dual license key on that. So again, you only need, what about, let's see, I'm trying to look at some of the other questions that I've got in. These are just random ones that have come in. Let's see, there are less futures. What are some of the differences between futures and Forex? There are less future contracts or less Forex pairs to trade on futures than there are on Forex itself. Okay, you have well over 100 and I want to say last count 113, 114 pairs on Forex. And you basically have a dozen or so liquid pairs on futures, but they're the main ones that most people trade, so it really shouldn't be an issue. And you can go to CME and see which ones are available. So that's just really important. Let's see here. U.S. dollar pairs are the same, so like Euro dollar, Pound dollar, Aussie dollar, which are like 6E, 6B, 6A. They're the exact same, so they quote the exact same. Okay, in the sense of like 4-digit decimals and all that. Dollar yen is backwards. Instead of dollar yen, it's yen dollar. So it's inverted. And that can sort of throw some people off. It's basically it's an upside down chart compared to dollar yen, it's yen dollar. So when you type in 6J, and that makes some people get really confused. It's not a big deal. It's basically just trying to, because you're trading in dollars, you're on a U.S. exchange. They're trying to put it in dollars for you. But you don't have to calculate anything different. You trade the chart the exact same way. It's just don't be thrown off when you see a lot more decimal places than you would when trading just with Forex futures. Let's see here. Some other things. What's the difference in them? Futures have the interest built in. So let's say you're getting 3% interest on one currency pair, and you pay 1% on another currency pair. There's a 2% annual interest in there. So if you hold it for, just say, a quarter, then you basically have a 0.25% interest that's built into the price of the future. So the price will be a little bit different. It'll come closer and closer and closer every day until they're the exact same at what's called delivery date. So there's that small difference in the two prices. It's going to be basically the exact same pretty much all day. And it'll change just a little bit each and every day as it gets closer and closer to expiration. Margin is 50 to 1 on Forex. And depending on your broker, as low as $500 on futures intraday. So anyway, there's a few tips for you. Some of the questions that I saw that I collected over nighttime trading and futures and Forex trading. I hope you all have a great day and a great holiday. And right here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour, stay tuned because we got Steve Rhodes up next with the Trader's Edge.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
You're watching Tiger TV.